Hi fellow garage golfers, Roland here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. Today we got a cool video for you guys. This has been requested a lot from a lot of fellow users of Skytrak products as well as other golf simulators. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing side by side some shots on the Skytrak versus the Uneekor QED system. It's not a review or a head-to-head comparison. All we're doing is we're going to check some data out. We're going to hit some shots with a 7-iron, give you guys some data, show you the ball flights on video, and let you see what the difference is as far as what registers between the Skytrak and the Uneekor QED system, just to give you some info at home to see how close these two are in comparison to overall numbers. Stay tuned and check it out. Alright, thanks again for watching and welcome back. Here at Garage Golf, we provide information on golf products, golf simulator equipment, and info on pretty much anything golf related. So if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. Alright, so now to the video. What we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be hitting 5 shots with the 7-iron. And if we're not getting enough data from that, we might actually move up and hit some more shots as well, possibly with a driver, just to see some differences. I want to show you at home what the ball flight does on the Uneekor QED system versus what it does on the Skytrak. And again, this is not a review head-to-head as far as comparing anything. All we're really doing is we're going to take a look at the data and see what the differences are. Now, the Uneekor QED system measures both club and ball data, whereas the Skytrak system measures ball data only, but it does calculate club data as well. So I want to see how close these two are in comparison to each other. And again, these are two completely different products and two completely different price ranges. So they both have their place in this market. They're both excellent products, and they both have a really good company name that backs their products. So I have both, and I own both. So I want to kind of show you guys at home some of the differences between the two. I'll show you some ball flight and some data on the video. We'll hit 5 shots with a 7-iron, get you guys some info. I'll walk you through the shots, and we'll take a look and see, you know, basically how close these two units are to each other in comparison as far as what we're going to see with the numbers. So we'll look forward to taking some shots for you guys. Let's get started. All right, so I'm down here in the bottom left-hand corner, but I want to kind of show you guys on the screen. On the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see the Skytrak, and on the lower right-hand corner, you're going to see the Uneekor QED system. Now, before I get started with the shots, I wanted to show you, I'm trying to keep these settings as close to each other as possible. So on the upper left-hand corner, I'll walk you through that Skytrak setting. We have it on the follow ball feature. Pretty much everything is going to be normal the way it's set up with the Skytrak. I was able to set my elevation, which here is around 500. And basically that's it. So our greens, our conditions are going to be normal. There's not going to be any wind on the shots. And altitude's 500 and temperature, that's all stuff that you can set, but I haven't really modified that at all. In the lower right hand corner, you'll see the settings with the Uneekor QED system. Pretty much, it's a little bit more basic than what you have on Skytrak as far as you can't adjust elevation, you can't adjust temperature, any of that stuff. But what you can do is you can change distance types from yards to meters. Velocity type, we leave it as miles per hour. Green speed, I left at medium, only because the course conditions on the Skytrak I have as normal. So I want to keep those as close to each other as possible to get data as accurate as possible. So we'll go ahead and hit the 5 shots with a 7-iron. I'll walk you through it and what I'm seeing difference-wise between the two, and give you some more data there. All right, so here's shot number 1 with the 7-iron. Let's see how we get as far as the data, and also let's make sure that the Skytrak's going to read it and also not affect the Uneekor QED overhead sensor. So hopefully we'll get some shots in and make this work on both sides. Okay, so we got a bit of a draw on the Uneekor QED. Same thing with the Skytrak. Let's take a look at the numbers. Now, while the total distance is obviously going to factor in, I think we should look at the carry distances the most, because that can just be a difference between two simulation programs. So on the Skytrak on that shot, 157-yard carry. The ball data, which is accurately measured by the Skytrak, was 106. The difference on the Uneekor QED is that the ball and club data are both actually measured, and the ball data on the Skytrak is calculated. So let's take a look at that. The the club head speed on the Skytrak is calculated. The ball and club data on the Uneekor QED is actually measured. So we're looking at ball speed on the Uneekor QED 103.6 versus 106 on the Skytrak. Club head speed 71 versus 72.5. And carry distance 157 on the Skytrak versus 152.7 on the Uneekor QED. So pretty close, not bad. Both identical shot types. Let's go ahead and hit 4 more and see how it comes out. All right, so kind of thin that one. A little bit of a fade. All right, so now taking a look at the second shot, we had a little bit of a difference in the distance there. Obviously, 178 total versus 158 on the Uneekor QED. But again, let's look at the carry distance. 164 on the Skytrak, 151.9 on Uneekor QED. And we had 178 total again versus 158. So a little bit different ball flight. Obviously, I felt like I hit that a little bit further right than I think what the Skytrak would show. But distance-wise, again, about 20 yards difference and about 13 yards difference in regards to the total carry. So let's keep moving along and we'll see how they come out. Okay, again, another fade. .142 carry versus 146. Similar ball flights. That's good. 4.5 yard rollout versus about an 11 yard rollout. So obviously the rollout on the Skytrak is going to be a larger amount than what we see on the Uneekor QED. And again, if you watch my review on the Uneekor QED, the fairway sounds a little marshy as far as what it sounds like. I don't know if that actually affects the rollout or not on this driving range. It's obviously going to be considered a fairway. So, just a little bit of info to keep in mind. But total carries on that one was actually pretty close. And we're seeing similar ball flights as well. So we're seeing ball flights that are pretty accurate so far as the testing. So let's keep going. All right, now I pulled it a little bit. As you see, my shot's on point today. But it got pulled a little bit on both, so that's good. 167 versus 160.6, 184 yards total on the Skytrak versus 168 yards, .1. So again, lots of rollout difference there. Similar ball flights. Skytrak had a little bit lower than Uneekor QED. And again, you'll notice on the video that the Skytrak does have a little bit of a delay. Something you get used to, honestly, as a fellow Skytrak user. It doesn't bother me at all. The feedback on the Uneekor QED is right away, which is nice. But again, we're talking about a much different price point as well. So I just kind of want to show you, similarities between the two. And I can answer questions on either now at this point. I've been able to test them both out very thoroughly. So let's hit that last shot and see the data. Okay, pretty good strike finally. All right, let's look at the numbers on that one. 158 carry versus 149.2 carry. So again, pretty good ball flight. They're very much mimicking each other as far as what we're seeing with the ball flight. I like that. And again, rollout's going to be a little bit different, but that could be based upon the program. I'm sure if I adjusted maybe the greens or the fairway speed on the Skytrak, we might see a little bit different number as far as the rollout's concerned. We're looking at a pretty good difference also though on that one on the total carry distance, but again, they're two different monitors as far as how they track data and what we're looking at. And without a true test being on a range or something, to show exact distances, obviously it's going to be hard to determine which one is the more accurate of the two. But again, this video is more about just showing you comparison of ball flight and data. Let me know if you have any questions on that. I'm actually going to hit a few shots with the driver as well to give you that data, and that way we can look at the total numbers in the end. But let's hit a few driver shots and see how that comes out. All right, now I'm going to switch it to driver on both programs. Now I'm going to show you on the Uneekor QED here on the bottom right. If you go to menu and you go to shot history, it's going to have all the data that you're looking for. Very similar information, total carry, run out, all that stuff. Very similar to what you see on the Skytrak. So I do like that. So we'll track your shots. Now, whether or not it saves that data for you to come back and access later, I am not sure yet. We'll get some more info on that and find out. Again, on the Skytrak, if you look up here in the upper left-hand corner, if we look at shot history, there we have it there as well. And again, it has all the info, all that track for the 7-iron. Now, I do know for a fact that all of this gets saved on Skytrak's website for you to access later, which I do like. So that's one really cool feature in regards to their application that they do. All right, let's switch it up now. We're going to go ahead and add the driver on the Skytrak. So now we're going to be very similar on both, and we have everything set up and ready to go. All right, so let's hit 5 shots with the driver as well. I'd like to see if there's any discrepancy. We might see larger gaps in numbers with the driver. So let's take a look at that and see what we're looking at. Wow, that was a horrible shot. Wow, that almost broke my club. Almost broke my club. That is how you don't swing a golf club at home, just so you know. And I don't know what the heck that was, but I'm gonna leave it in the video. All right, we got a low lying shot on both. Okay, so very similar shot pattern. 207 versus 203. Again, more rollout on the Skytrak, but I'm not really going to focus on that too much. So we got 203 versus 207. We have ball speed 133 versus 133.5. So a lot closer on that one. I do like that. Let's hit a couple more. All right, so we got a draw on the Uneekor QED. We got a draw on the Skytrak. 210 versus 217. Ball speed 134, 133.3. So with the driver seems to be a little bit closer as far as what we're looking at with the carry distances. All right, 208 versus 216 on the carry. Again, similar ball flights. You got a little bit of a draw again. And 134.9 versus 134 for the ball speed. All right, we got a low liner down the middle on both. 211, 208. All right, so this time I actually carried it further on the Uneekor QED. Again, rollout on Skytrak was higher, but that carry distance on Uneekor, I think for one of the first times, was actually further. All right, let's hit one last shot. Okay, a little bit of a fade on that one. Similar on both. 219.3 versus 211. Again, Uneekor QED had it a little bit further as far as carry distances. So let's look at the final numbers on both and see how close they were to each other. All right, so now looking at the numbers, if you look on the Uneekor QED on the bottom right, and I'm having to look on 2 computers, so just bear with me here for a second. The one thing I do not like about their driving range for sure is that you basically, it doesn't differentiate, at least as of right now, the differences between the clubs. So when I had everything selected, if you'll look at the bottom right, select driver shots, it's going to factor those into my total shots. And in fact, I can't scroll up even to see the 7-iron shots, so I can't see the first 7-iron shot I hit. So I don't like that. That's something that I think I'll get with them on to see if we can get some adjustment done. Just because I think being able to see all those numbers individually for each club is very important, especially when practicing. So that's one thing I'd like to see get adjusted. So if you're looking at the bottom on the Uneekor QED down here on the bottom right, I'll go over the numbers with you for both. So as far as carry distance, with the 7-iron, we had an average of 158 with the Skytrak. We had an average of 151.1 with the Uneekor QED. Total distance 172 with Skytrak, and we had 156.8 with the Uneekor QED. So again, a lot less total rollout, and that's something that obviously is expected between 2 different simulator programs. So that's fine. Total ball speed average 109, and with the Uneekor QED, Total ball speed was averaged at 108.5. So very close there. That's good. Very, very close. So that's definitely good. I like that. And everything else, you know, is going to be a little bit adjustable. But really, I'm looking at total carry distance, total distance in general, ball speed. Club speed, again, on Skytrak is just calculated. But let's take a look at that. 75 miles per hour with the Skytrak. And we had total of 77.3 with the Uneekor QED. So that's the 7-iron. Let's take a look at the driver. Now, again, with the Uneekor QED, I have to unselect the 7-iron shots. I'd have to come back in and add the driver shots. Now, if I had hit more shots, I can't access them. I don't see how I would be able to. So that's something that I have to look into in regards to getting with them on the driving range portion. So let's look at the driver numbers. Total ball speed with the Skytrak 133. Total ball speed with the Uneekor QED 134.7. Total club speed with the Uneekor QED 94.3. Again, that is measured. And with the Skytrak, we had 90. So a little bit faster with the driver on the Uneekor QED. That could accommodate, obviously, for the differences in the distance as well. And total carry with the driver on the Skytrak 211 versus the Uneekor QED, we had as 210.5. So a couple shots were higher on the Uneekor QED, a couple shots were higher on the Skytrak. So just kind of want to show you briefly the numbers. I think, again, as we talked about, I'd like to see the driving range function on the actual Uneekor QED change a little bit to be able to show you all the shots and also averages per club. I think that's really important to have, especially because I love the driving range feature of the Uneekor QED pretty much as much as I love the Skytrak driving range. I think they're both great. But again, numbers, I got to be able to see numbers for practicing and knowing total distances. So I think that's one thing that I do like a little bit more at this point with the Skytrak. But again, this is the Uneekor QED is brand new as far as in America, and they're working on some things. So we're going to be able to give suggestions, and hopefully they'll make adjustments accordingly as well. All right, guys, so just a quick update to the video. Just so you know, I just finished filming that video a couple days ago, but since the video finished, there was a quick update. I wanted to let you know from Uneekor, they did put out a new patch. So I wanted to kind of give you an idea on the update and what exactly they did with that update. So in the update on the driving range, they adjusted some of their distances on there to kind of fine-tune things a bit. So that's one of the newest things that they've done with their update as well. And some sneak peeks as far as what's coming up in the future from Uneekor and what they'll be doing on their driving range. So I did get an email from them, and I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea as far as what they'll be doing. So they are working on club roll-up and separation data, which means that obviously adjusting your club, 7-iron, 8-iron, 9-iron, etc. And then also getting some data for each one of those so you can separate those. Now that is already a thing that you can do on their Ignite software, just so you know. The ball flight shows up a little differently though, so I would like to see it in the driving range, and that's something that they're working on. But in their Ignite program, which is their club fitting software, which I'll be doing a video update for you on that as well in the future, you can do that to separate club data per club that you're using. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. One of the other things they're going to be doing is they're going to be adding the altitude and the humidity to the driving range, so you can adjust those features similar to what you see on the Skytrak. And as well, they are working on adding cloud-based storage for the future for any kind of training sessions or fitting sessions. So that's all stuff that you would be able to access online and get more data from. And basically, that's what we got going on so far. So just a quick update from the people at Uneekor to give you guys an idea on what they're working on. Again, any new updates from Skytrak, I will alert you right away, and hopefully we'll see something soon in regards to their application as well. Thanks again. Thanks for hanging out with me throughout this video. Let me know your thoughts at home as far as what you guys thought of the ball flight between the Skytrak and the Uneekor QED. Again, this is something that I just really wanted to do. I had a lot of inquiries on this as far as seeing the ball flight on both side by side, so I wanted to do a quick video. Again, not really a review or head-to-head in any way, shape, or form, but there are some differences obviously between the two. There's some things that I like about both, and there's some things that I would still change about both. So for example, Skytrak doesn't have putting yet. I've been asking for that for quite a bit. I'd like to see putting on the Skytrak. And the Uneekor QED, I think we need to get some adjustments made on where they calculate the data and how you can review it back after doing some practicing on the range. So a little bit of upgrades. There's always room for upgrades with everything, including our channel. So if there's something you guys would like to see at home, please let us know in the comment section below. Let me know how bad my swing was throughout the video. I always love to see those comments, so I have no issue with that whatsoever. I don't claim to be a professional golfer at all. So let us know what you think. If you loved our video, please smash that like button, give us a big thumbs up for that. And if you have not yet done so, please consider subscribing to our channel for more videos like what you saw here today. Did I miss something in this video? Is there something that you guys at home want to see? Let me know, please. Comments are huge. I'd love to see your feedback. If you haven't done so yet, please join our Facebook group that you see down here below. That's where we can communicate a lot with each other at home, and you can also message me back and forth directly as well. So I'm an open book, guys. I'm here to help. Anything I can do to help you at home, answer any questions. I don't sell either of these products, so that's something to keep in mind. I just do reviews from the everyday average golfer's perspective. So hopefully you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And again, if there's anything at all that we can do for you at home, please let us know. As always, appreciate you hanging out with us, and keep on golfing.